We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A man coming off a washout 2021, it's Travis Etienne. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. He'll find Jones again. Complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. On play action, they'll throw. He's got a man, complete. 20. Touchdown, L.A. Jalen Guyton, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. what do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
On play action, Lawrence. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Jones has it. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
On 2nd down, a run with... And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Now here's a 6-year man, Austin Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Herbert off of play action. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Chargers at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first two games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
On second down, Eckler. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. In motion left comes Williams. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
In motion left goes Allen. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
In motion, the tight end. Lawrence on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
They go play action now. Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lawrence's throw caught here by Jones. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. He'll get it inside the 20, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Here's Lawrence. And it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Herbert now. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Williams, a man in motion right. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jalen Guyton with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Lawrence. Caught by Jones. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Play action. It's Lawrence. Steps away to his left. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He finds his target, Allen. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On first down, Justin Herbert. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now it's Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. It's Herbert. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They started on the ground with Eckler, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Devon Hamilton breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. In motion left comes Williams. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen from 13 yards out. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. They go play action with Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And some room to roam now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Allen, the man in motion left. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Williams, a man in motion right. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. Caught left side, Williams. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Eluding the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
In motion left comes Williams. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Williams, a man in motion right. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Allen, the man in motion right. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Throws Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chargers look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board and make this thing look just a little bit better.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And Ingram hauls it in. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. They'll roll him out right. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders. That's touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jags are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last two drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Flush to his right. Able to find Pryor. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 41. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Lawrence to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They're going to pass here with Herbert. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Chargers. Jalen Guyton, 69 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Lawrence to throw. Complete to Jones. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Got to be feeling confident they're going to get off the schneid. An old coach told me he calls this a relief win. 0-3 would have been bad. You get to 1-2, you feel a lot better, don't you?
That is so true, and you feel better about yourself. You think to yourself, okay, we're still in the playoff hunt. We're not out of it at 0-3. But the other part, too, it leads to doubt about your system, leads to doubt about your coaches. They don't have to worry about that now.
Oh, this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 40. But he is finally run down. Would have been 2 if he'd made it all the way, but instead, simply a missed extra point.
We have seen some exciting returns of blocked extra points. This one doesn't quite get into that level, but there had to be an anxious moment after it was blocked, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think sometimes they still forget on both sides when that block comes on a PAT that you can return it for 2. He got it across midfield there, just not close to the end zone.
Yeah, you noted that moment of hesitancy, didn't you? You know, his block's like, oh, yeah, that's right, it can be returned, and which means you have to get back and tackle him, too. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. Teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Perry. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Akins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Back to throw. Perry. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. That one, a first down pickup of 8. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1. Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
Throwing on first down. Perry. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Perry. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Julian Blackmon in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep for the Colts, Nyheim Hines. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now last year's leading rusher in the NFL, this is Jonathan Taylor. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And some room to maneuver. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 34. 46 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there. And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
Off the bootleg. Strong. Rolling. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello in a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the 1st down marker. Back to throw. Strong. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. You can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Perry being chased out left. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. We're scoreless after 1. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off play action. Perry. Flushed out right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 49 yards. On 1st and 10, Perry. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
53's mine. Check, 53's mine.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
53.
To throw on 3rd down. Perry. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On the counter, it's Taylor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. To throw on 2nd down. Strong. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. Touchdown, Colts. Mo Alley-Cox. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Perry rolling to his right. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Perry. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Throwing to start the drive. Strong. And this one complete to Doolin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Alley-Cox. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. 2nd and 5 now. Mills. There again is Cooks, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? On 2nd and 9, Mills. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but... Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know. Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down. That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Hand off left side, Pierce. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Two yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. You got it. Check that. Street.
Mills to throw it. Forced out to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Colts are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Check 48's the mic.
To throw again. Strong. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
A final shot before break. Strong. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. But we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Slam. Watch out. 60 by 6.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took.
And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off. But he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
5 yards is the tally on first. Down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 46-yard line. Here we go, Shaq. 70 line. Switch. 60 Eagles.
They run once more with Taylor. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The Colts have liked Big Mo Alley Cox more and more over his 4 seasons with the team. Initially known just for his blocking, he's developing into a nice target as a tight end, and there he picks up a first down.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
In your face.
They'll run here with Taylor. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction. But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50, past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor from 17 yards out. And the Colts get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback. I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want 70 Timberwolves. Check. Mustang 19.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Off play action. Strong.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Strong.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Texans are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
53. Bound to lose one. Trap 60. Check 53.
Back to throw. Perry eluding the pressure right. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got Dorsett complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. To Pierce, they set up the screen. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way, maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see. But remember, he's not going to the Hall of Fame off this first start. It's going to be an accumulation of games before we have a fully accurate reading.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And that's complete to Cooks. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 13-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Perry. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home.
The pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. The toss here completed to Pittman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Again, it'll be Taylor. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Was that the incorrect read or just more an error on the throw by the quarterback?
I lean more towards the latter because it seemed like he was open there, just missed him on the throw.
And a tough one to miss because now you're dealing with a 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Throwing, Mills. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
We got three down. 48.
Back to throw again. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, let's face it, Brandon. They're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen. And if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on.